Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Camp Talk, a podcast brought to you by Workplay USA, where we're going to chat about all things summer camp.
We're so excited to have you here, whether you've been to camp before or you're looking to go to camp next year for the first time, or if you just love all things summer camp, we are the podcast for you.
I'm Lydia, and I'm joined by Courtney and Keris, and we're all part of the Workplay USA team. We wanted to kick off today's episode on National Camp T-shirt Day. We're all wearing our camp T-shirts from our camps. We're going to have a chat about all things camp today and answer some questions that we've been asked either on our TikTok or our Instagram. So let's start with that. So we all work for Workplay USA, and Workplay USA is a summer camp agency that helps people get jobs in the States at one of America's amazing summer camps. When you sign up with us, you'll be connected with one of the team. It could be myself, it could be Courtney, it could be Keris, it could be Josh. And we're basically here to help you with everything you need from applying all the way to go into camp next summer.
It's completely free to book in and have a call with me or one of the team, and we can discuss your skills, find out a little bit more about you and see if we can match you up to a job role for this summer.
Yeah, we're one of the smaller agencies out there, but we really do want to make sure that we give everyone that one-to-one personal service, that you never have any worries or concerns about the application process. We're here for you throughout the entire thing. You can, like Courtney said, you can book in, have a chat with us, no obligation to sign up at all. We'll just chat, we'll talk about camp, we'll see if it's something that you want to do. If it is, amazing, we can help you move on to the next steps. But yeah, we're here to just chat about camp and we love it. So definitely, if you're interested, why not go on our website, apply, have a free chat and see where it goes, really. So just to quickly introduce ourselves, I'm Lydia. I've been working at summer camps for 4 summers. I work at a camp in Pennsylvania called Tyler Hill. I've done a few different roles at camp. I've worked as a photographer. I've worked on the media team. I have also ran one of the girls' side divisions. I absolutely love my camp journey. It's been so much fun. I've met unreal people, and the kids I've worked with have been fantastic. So that's a bit about me.
Hi, I'm Keris. I've been working at Camp Matoka for the past 3 summers, and I've been working in the gymnastics department for the past 3 summers in Camp Matoka, which is in Maine on the east coast of America.
Right, so hi everyone, I'm Courtney. I worked at Camp Ramacoy this summer in New York. It was my first time at summer camp. I worked as a lifeguard, and I'm going back again to Camp Ramacoy this summer, and I'm so excited.
So yeah, this is the team. We all work for Workplay USA. We absolutely love summer camp. So we wanted to create this podcast to chat about everything to do with camp. We thought today that we would talk about maybe a few different camp-related trivia questions, some questions that we get asked a lot on our Instagram, on our TikTok. We'll probably start with that. Okay, so let's answer a few questions that we've been asked on our Instagram and our TikTok recently. I've picked a few that I think could be fun ones to chat about. But first, let's talk about the first one is like your camp background. So I know we've just introduced a bit about the roles and what we've done at camp and how many summers we've been at camp, but I'd love to know sort of how everybody found out about camp, how they went from sort of applying to go into camp. What is your camp background? What is your story from getting to camp?
So I applied. I was actually going through a breakup. I was 18.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a good thing in the end, but we were going to do it together, me and my ex-boyfriend. And then I kind of forgot about it, like kind of was obviously dealing with other stuff. And then I just thought one day, like, why not just do it by myself? I was very scared to do it, but I just thought like randomly, I just applied on like a random Wednesday evening. I was doing my A-levels at the time because I was only 18. So I just thought, why not? And I did it and I applied. Camp Matoka was like, I think the second camp to reach out to me. And they looked great. And I just kind of jumped in head first and went for it, booked my flights, got all my visa application stuff done, had no idea what I was even getting myself into, really. Didn't really do much research on camps in general. I didn't really even know what I was getting myself into, which is, you know, not the greatest thing to do, but it worked out. But and then I finished my last exam. I had a music A-level exam at 1 p.m. that day, and then at 1 a.m. that night I flew to Boston and went to camp, which was crazy, but it was the best thing I've ever done. So yeah, no regrets there.
That's crazy. I think that's nuts that you almost were going to go with your boyfriend and then ended up just doing it yourself. Like, fair play. I always think like what is easier, going to camp with someone you know or going to camp by yourself? Like, I think that's definitely an interesting one. I don't know if I could go to camp with someone I know now that I've done it.
Yeah, me too. I think on your own.
I would want to either. Yeah, you wouldn't meet as many people, and like you wouldn't get the full experience, I don't think. Like obviously it'd be nice for comfort and stuff, but I think like
Yeah,
getting yourself out of your comfort zone, going by yourself is definitely the best thing. So yeah.
definitely. Amazing. I mean, Courtney, how did you end up going to camp?
Yeah, so basically I applied through Workplay USA last year as an applicant. I actually applied the year before, but I didn't end up going to last summer because I was doing my masters, and like I knew I always wanted to go since I was like 18, but then with COVID, obviously I didn't get things just like kept putting it off, and it was like, right, I really have to go this year or I'm never gonna go. And yeah, I applied through Workplay USA. I actually found them on TikTok, seen someone else who had done the program and they loved it. So I applied, done the interview. I actually seen Camp Ramacoy online. It was somewhere I knew I really liked the look of. I got an interview with them, and then I got placed there, and yeah, that's basically how I got there.
Amazing. That's great. I think it's so handy that also you've recently gone through the application process, so you know a good bit about that. Like it's
Yeah,
been
definitely. I think that
yeah,
really.
been like 4 or 5 years since I initially had my interview, which is crazy. Um, but yeah, I knew about camp for a good while. One of my mum's friend's daughters did camp, and my mum was like, "This seems like a cool thing. You should do it." I didn't really think anything of it for a good while, and then I almost went the first year of the pandemic. I was like, "This is the year I'm going to go," and then obviously that happened, so wasn't possible. So I waited it out, and then I went my first summer in 2022. I didn't really know a whole lot about camp, to be honest. Now looking back at it, I feel like I was like just went into it just not knowing anything, which is probably a good thing at the time. I didn't really know anything about camps or whereabouts they were or what different types of camps there were. I just applied, saw what happened, had an interview with Tyler Hill, absolutely fell in love with my assistant director Haley. She was lovely. Dave, who runs the media team, and yeah, rest is history. That's how I ended up going to camp. Okay, amazing. So the next question that we get asked a lot is like, what is it like working at US summer camp? What is great about the camp culture over there? I think this is such a great question. It's one of those things that you don't really experience until you've gone to camp, until you see what camp like life is like. Like you can see it on TikTok and Instagram, but when you're there and you're sort of in the moment, like it's nothing like anything I've experienced in the UK for sure. So yeah, I would say like camp culture is it's energy, it's everyone sort of living in the moment and being their true selves, being loud, being outgoing. I mean, something that I was very much not going into my first summer. So I think it's one of the best things if you're an introvert and you're thinking of going to camp, like this is the perfect way to just get over like anything that you have and sort of jump into the experience and not really think too much about like yourself in the moment. You're just having fun. So yeah, you're definitely gonna experience that when you go to camp. And like I think one of those first moments was when we were in orientation, and I think we'd been at camp for like a day, and all the returners like stood on the chairs and were like slamming their cutlery and singing and chanting, things that I'm just not used to doing at home and something that we didn't do growing up. So I think that's one of the amazing things about going to camp and putting yourself out there and experiencing another culture for sure. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I was quite like I've never really been introverted, sorry, but I was a lot more introverted before camp than I am now. I think it's just experiencing a whole different culture, and everything's about, having fun and just not caring what other people think. And if I'd told myself before I went to camp that I'd be standing on tables and singing and properly getting involved in like the full camp experience, I don't think I would have like believed you. I think it's just a great way to just try something completely new. Like it's so, yeah, as you said, like in the UK, there's not really anything like it. So that was my favorite parts. And also like camp activities like Colour War, I really got into. That was like my favorite part of every summer I've been to is Colour War, and just different traditions and things, and just the community as well. Like my camp specifically is like such a community vibe, and it just makes you want to go back every single year. And it's just nothing like you'll ever experience anywhere else. That's my favorite part about it. It's just a completely new environment to experience, which is great.
Yeah, you're so right. The community side of things is one of the best things about camp. Like it's the same at mine, and I assume most camps, like they really do care for the staff. They care for how you spend your summer aside from the kids as well. So I think that's also a great thing when you jump into camp, is having this built family like in the States that you can go and spend your summer with, whether it's one summer or a lot. Like you've always got sort of that door open at camp. Yeah, Courtney, what about you? Have you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I totally agree with you both. I think me and you, Lydia, had spoke about this before, maybe in one of the lives. Like, I remember going to camp for the first day, meeting like the parents and the kids, the welcome day, and the same environment. All the staff were so like outgoing and full on, and for me, that was kind of like I was a bit, I wouldn't say freaked out, but I was like, oh my goodness, what have I signed up for here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like after a week or two, you just completely get used to it. The environment is so different over there than here in the UK, I would say. So yeah, I totally agree. And it's like one of the best things. You just put yourself out there and you just don't care when you're in that bubble, I think. So yeah.
Definitely. I think it's also good to mention that we do go to different camps, different types of camps. So me and Karis, we go to sleepaway camps, and Courtney goes to a day camp, which I think is so interesting. Maybe we get to chat about maybe some of the differences. And yeah,
Yeah.
Courtney, tell us a bit about your day camp experience.
So yeah, I think mine is completely different to yours, like hearing about your experiences. So mine is like I was living off camp, so I was living in like a university accommodation, and we were actually living with another camp, which was kind of weird. So we had met staff from like two different camps, which was kind of nice to meeting different people and hearing about their experiences. So like every day we would get a bus, so we would go collect the children from their houses, which was really cool, I thought, and getting to see like their cultures and stuff too. And it's all really different from like over here in the UK. So yeah, we collected the kids and go to camp. I worked as a lifeguard, so I was like teaching children to swim for a few hours every day, and then got like a few hours off for my lunch break, and then like doing my lifeguard in the afternoon. And then after that, we would then get all the kids gathered up again, take them home on the bus. So yeah, I think every day I was working from about 7:45 in the morning to maybe about 5:36 in the evening. So I get like my evenings off and my weekends off, which is completely different. I know from sleepaway.
Unheard of.
Yeah, like we don't do some of the like typical things you would see online. Like I see that you guys do like campfires and like evening activity, and like we don't have that. So I think in a way, not that you're missing out in the experience, but like there is obviously differences and there is things that we do differently. So yeah, if you just want to speak a bit more about sleepaway and what you used to.
Yeah, like I think both have definitely got their pros and cons. Like there's definitely a pro of sort of being able to have your evenings to yourself and sort of hang out with the people that you've met and people from other camps. I think that's amazing. I mean, our days are somewhat similar, I would say, aside
Yeah.
from the fact that, of course, we live with the kids, with the staff, which is honestly one of my favorite parts about summer camp. I think getting to know the kids, getting to know the staff that you bunk with. My bunk from summer 2022, like they were amazing, and I've been able to work with these kids every single summer, which is fantastic. But regardless, like that experience is such a fun part of being at camp, and also things like even activity. We could do anything of an even activity. We could be doing a campfire. We could be doing like I don't know, a sports event. Like my camp, we had Mario night where they were going around on golf carts. Like it's so different every single night, which I think is so nice that you get this option, and you do really get super close with the kids and with the staff from being able to sort of work together so closely. But definitely pros and cons for both of these. But yeah, that's a bit of my experience at sleepaway camp.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Like, I think living in the bunk for me, when I first got there, that was the kind of most daunting part for me, that you actually would, live in with the kids and you're responsible for a whole group of kids. But honestly, like that was my favorite part of camp is my girls from the past 3 summers. Because obviously I started with them from bunk 13 and I had them up until this year when they were 15. So I had the same group of girls. So it's really nice to like get to know, and also counselors as well. Like my co's were like still my best friends to this day. So yeah, I enjoyed the sleepaway experience, but I think obviously, like you said, there's pros and cons to both. I think you probably get a bit more, time off when you're at a day camp compared to.
Yeah, definitely.
But me personally, I quite liked the aspect of being busy. That was my favorite part of camp, as well as the busyness and the feeling productive, and there's always something going on, which is probably my favorite part. Obviously it's tiring at times, but it's also like one of the best parts about it, I think.
100%. Like your days go so quick when you are at camp and you're doing so much of a day. And I feel like that's short. Like we're there for what, like 8 to 9 weeks, but it feels so much shorter when the end of the summer comes around. But Yeah, that's some good insight into sort of both camps. It would be good if anyone has any questions about day camps, sleepaway camps, any types of camps. I'm sure we could do a whole episode on different types of camps and chat to people from different camps for sure. I've got one more question that I think could be a good one to answer, but like, what is a piece of advice that you would have, or something you would have wanted to know when you first applied to summer camp? What's something that you think would have been good to know, or maybe something you know now that you would love to tell your past self?
Yeah, I think probably the like what an average day looks like at camp. I think I had like no idea going into it what to expect. Also, what like staff orientation looked like as well, because that's obviously quite a big part of camp as well. As we have a 2 week staff orientation at my camp, which is quite long. But that's what honestly like some of the best times as well. But I think I would like to know exactly what, you know, an average day at a camp would look like, because I think obviously all camps are different, but they follow a similar structure of like, you know, breakfast, you know, teaching your periods in the day, or if you're a general counsellor, taking your kids around the periods, lunch, and then, you know, some sort of even activity. But I think I knew none of that going into it, so I'd probably do a bit more research on what an average day at camp would look like, just so you're not, I think I was a bit like shell shocked when I went into it. I didn't really know, you know, it's quite a big jump if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, to just go into a day not really knowing. So yeah, that's something I'd probably look more into, is what exactly working at a camp looks like.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like there is so much that you don't know before you go, and I feel like it's also quite easy to get in your head about minor things before you go, because you just don't know how the day is going to look. So yeah, that's a good one. Also something we could definitely go into more like in this series for sure. But Courtney, have you got anything you would either love to have known or would want to tell yourself, or something like that?
Yeah, I would say for me, like when I was going, I was so nervous. Like even a few weeks before, I was thinking, what have I signed up for? Kind of like talking myself out of it. And my family was like, no, you've paid all this money. Like you've been talking about this forever. Like you're going. And I was trying to make every excuse to maybe not go. And so I think for me, the nerves was like such a big thing. And think like, will I make friends? Like, am I going to be the only person doing this alone? And like as soon as I got there, within literally a day, I had met so many people, so many friends, like was enjoying it within the first few days. So yeah, I think if I was to go back, I would just tell myself like not to worry about it. You'll meet so many people. Everyone's kind of in the same situation as yourself. So yeah, just not to like stress out and panic about it, which I think is normal. Most people probably do that, but yeah, that's a piece of advice I would definitely give myself.
Yeah, the nerves can really get to you before you go. We do like a Zoom call with everyone that's going to summer camp every summer before we go, to sort of chat through all these things. And you should definitely chat to your account manager, one of us guys, like our brand ambassadors, if you do have like any nerves leading up to the summer, because it's so normal, and it's definitely something that we should chat about and be able to sort of help you work through before you go. But yeah, I would probably say sort of similar to that. I mean, I think it's crazy how you can go to a summer camp and then come back with friends that you are going to be friends with for life. Like I've met some of my best friends at camp, and we meet up regularly, and I absolutely adore that we've been able to have this experience together and keep our friendships going. So I think that's something that I didn't really think about too much before I went to camp. I was just kind of really focused on the job and what I was going to do, and sort of building up my portfolio as a photographer. I was like, this is how I'm going to spend my summer. But what I came away from it was the people that I'd met, the kids that I'd worked with, had made my summer like unbelievable. So I think if you do have these nerves before you go into it, just remember like some of these things, that you're going to meet amazing people that like are in the same sort of situation as you, maybe at uni or thinking about traveling or wanting to work with kids. So you're going to naturally just form amazing bonds with people, which I think is the best part about camp, and definitely something I would have liked to know beforehand, so I could focus a bit more on that and not stressing about if I was going to be good enough for the role or if I was experienced enough. For sure. Okay, before we finish off, let's do a few quick fires of our favorite things about camp. So first of all, what is your favorite camp meal?
Ooh. Like breakfast, that was always my favorite, just breakfast in general.
Yeah.
And I liked the salad bar, making my salads every day. We also had an iced coffee station at my camp, so
Yeah.
I had like a nitro like pull thing. I can't remember what it was, but like proper iced nitro coffee, which was great to get me through the day. So probably iced coffees or the breakfasts, I'd say.
Love that. We had like like different themed breakfasts. So we had like director's pancakes. We had like French toast, which was always a staple. We had Franco's breakfast, which is like one-eyed pirates. I don't know if you guys do that at your camp, but breakfast is definitely fun at camp. I definitely agree with that. Courtney, what about you?
Well, I suppose it's a bit different for me because we had like our breakfast and dinner and stuff maybe off camp. But like lunches at camp would be like really the only thing we had. So, we did like pizza Mondays. That was always my favorite. Yeah,
Nice.
favorite Monday. I love the pizza. So yeah, pizza Mondays for me.
Camp pizza is, oh, you
Yeah.
can't beat it. Like I'm always craving it when I'm leading up to camp. I'm like, I want camp pizza. Um, what's my favorite? I think my favorite is probably our take on Chick-fil-A. We always do like chicken burgers and salad and pasta and stuff, and I really love that. It's so good. So I'd say that is probably my favorite meal. Okay, what is one thing that you miss about camp?
I'd say for me, I miss like my camp friends. That's like the main thing for me. I made like such bonds with my friends. Obviously I miss the kids too. Like I had so much fun with the kids and I really enjoyed like spending time with them. And also the good weather is like the
Oh,
main thing
yes.
for me, I think. I just miss the
Mhm.
weather, getting a tan.
For real, it's so hard coming back. And then like it's I live in Ireland, so it's just raining all the time. And I'm like, oh, please get me back to the States where it's sunny. Like what about you, Chris?
I'd say definitely yeah, the staff and the kids and just the whole camp. Everyone at camp, like the people are obviously the main part, but also just the being away from like real world problems and just being in a bubble and the routine of getting up every day and kind of seeing the same people doing the same things. I just really liked that routine
Mm.
of being busy. But yeah, the bubble in general, I always miss. And yeah, the weather is definitely a big part as well. Like sunbathing by the lake, I definitely miss as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. I was actually going to say the same. The bubble, like you are in your own little bubble for the entire summer. You have no like adult responsibilities, which does not happen elsewhere. And yeah, just having that structure of doing different things every day with the kids, but you sort of know you're going to see the same people every day. You're going to have fun every day. Like that's a guarantee. So yeah, definitely miss the camp bubble. Camp friends, the kids, everything about it really. Okay, last one. Really quick. What is your favorite camp activity?
Probably going on the boats during a rest hour, or
Nice.
water skiing, or I liked paddleboarding as well on the lake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What about you, Courtney?
Okay, so I would say my favorite camp activity was like pool party. So I was a lifeguard, and I really enjoyed that.
I think my favorite camp activity is probably like when we get to try different sports. So I think like softball, baseball, we don't really play a whole lot here, and I really enjoyed giving that a go. Yeah, all sports in general, really. Tennis is always a lot of fun. There's always in any activity, there's always music. We're always playing games. Like it's a fun way. If you're not a super sporty person, but you're still doing sports, like you're going to enjoy it regardless. So yeah, probably like softball, baseball, something like that. Okay, thanks everyone for joining in for this first episode. We are so excited to get this podcast going and chat about everything to do with camp and talk about different topics. We're going to do a Q&A on our Instagram, on our TikToks. Send us anything you want us to cover in these episodes. We'd love to talk about everything and anything you guys want to know. We're really looking forward to doing another episode soon with some of our amazing brand ambassadors. I think it's going to be so great hearing about their camp stories and how they ended up going to camp. But anything specific you want us to go through, do send it on to us. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Feel free to follow us on YouTube or on TikTok or on Instagram. But yeah, that's been us, our Camp Talk podcast. I think a successful first one. But thank you all for listening and happy Camp T-shirt day.
Thanks so much for watching or listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.